Everybody, it's me, October 2nd, 2020. I woke up this morning with hundreds of emails. I'm just now trying to catch up because I was evacuated. And of course, everybody was about the news about Trump and hoax and Melania. I'm really hoping Barron isn't sick. But anyway, Trump announced on Twitter that he has COVID. So I texted him back, or not texted him, I Twittered him back and said, don't worry, you know, the only people that are in trouble are the fat, older people. So I don't want him to worry. So anyway, and you know I'm being facetious. Okay, so as you know, I've been evacuated, and today's going to be a bad day. It's going to be about 102. Very thick smoke out. There's families who've been evacuated for a long time, and I feel really bad about them. But the firefighters are working their buns off, so God bless to all first responders and the police and the ambulances. God bless them. I went yesterday, I got a couple of cases of Togo sandwiches, and went down there with chips and cookies. In fact, when I opened the trunk, the one fireman standing behind me said, cookies. So anyway, and the other thing I heard you can give the fire department, which I also purchased this the last time, was bubble gum. For some reason, when they're out fighting, I guess chewing the bubble gum is good. So we have some stuff to look at, okay? I actually was not going to read again until Sunday, but I'm going to take a look-see, because especially on this virus, because remember the dream I've been writing? Those of you who haven't followed me that long, I had a dream before I even had this channel that Trump was in a glass coffin in a shopping center. Now remember, this is a dream. So it's like one of those big shopping malls, and lights were on him from above. And I thought, oh my God, is that Donald Trump? And he was wearing that blue suit with the red tie. And I'm like looking around. People are kind of moseying. It wasn't that packed. Nobody was coming up to him. So I went up, and I was like, whoa, it's really him. And he was in a glass coffin. Now, I just want you to know that that doesn't mean necessarily that he's going to croak, but it was pretty much a dream that was profound. It caused that reaction that I get with profound dreams. And I think if it's not symbolic of his leaving, it is symbolic of this virus coming in and all the coffins. Do you see what I'm saying? But right now on Fox News, they're having to explain what the virus is, which is really sad. So apparently, Hope Hicks was not feeling well coming back from somewhere and went into a separate room, got tested, and found out she was actively sick. Pence does not have it, okay? The RNC chairwoman has it. Melania has it. And I guess they're saying he has mild symptoms. But the thing is, we're only in a few days, okay? Even The Rock had it, and it kicked his butt, and he's in shape. But I want to tell you, he could be on a ventilator, and they'd say he only has mild symptoms. So, but it is true that he has the virus. I'm going to tell you, that is true. Some of you guys are like, I don't believe it. This is no, he has the virus. It's sort of like, sort of teaching him. Do you know what I'm saying? Here's the problem. If he comes out of this beautifully, then he'll see everybody, I got through it. It's a nothing burger. Let's move on. But if he really struggles with this, then it will. And the other thing is he's worried about telling everybody it's no biggie, and then it's a biggie. I'll also look at Jared and Ivanka, because apparently they were at, when he was at the, and we'll look at Biden. Biden got tested again. But when they went to that debate, it was, they refused. The family took off their masks and they asked them to please put it on, and they refused. And then Trump made fun of Biden for wearing a mask. He's always wearing a mask. So, but he had no mask on when Trump was yelling at him. So, God, please. We'll look, okay? Donald Trump has COVID. And I honest to God believe it. What can you tell me? Donald Trump has COVID. What can you tell me? How's he going to do? Donald Trump has COVID. What's going to happen to him? Because, it was such a nothing burger, and it makes him look bad, is what I'm seeing. So he's not happy about getting this. And of course, no matter what his symptoms are, they're going to act like, oh yeah, he's doing good. It is so thick with smoke out here, you guys. It's like I got the fireplace on right now. It's thick. The moon was orange last night. I'll be happy when it's over. So we're on a red flag warning. And if I'm reading you and the power goes out, you know what happened. Donald, how is the COVID? Angels of light and mercy, give me as much information as you can. Because remember, many psychics, including me, were seeing all these swords, and it was like, what? And even with this, we'll look on her too. This Amy, this one coming up for Supreme Court. Remember all those disappointment cards were there? So let's check it out. Too bad McConnell doesn't get it. I shouldn't say that, sorry. You can't wish bad on others. Tell me about... Okay, let's go. Let's read on this, you guys. Let's go. So it's making him tied down. We know that. And he will fight. There's a struggle here. Okay? So it's not business as usual. He's laying in his bed worried about money, of course. More things of, this is keeping information, like they're holding on to information, or they're not quite telling us the truth. He will need intervention from physicians. It may be touch and go for him. Nine of Pentacles reversed, so he thought he wanted to do all those, events. So he's got disappointment. There's a female here and a struggle. So it's not like, oh, he's got the karmic star and he's going to be okay. Don't you worry. It's like this thing's going to hit him and hit him hard. This may be something that hits him, and, those side effects that happen, this may be eventually what takes him down. Okay, let's see. I really do hope Barron doesn't have it. One more time, you guys, because I got to read a couple of times. He hasn't been having good cards. He has not. So the king is reversed. And he's crossed by judgment. And this isn't a good card. Holy cow, I just got the heebie-jeebies. What did I used to tell you guys? Remember the way when I do readings, sometimes the people ask me and I tell them the truth. When this card and this card show together, it's the end. Oh my God. Those of you that know tarot, holy cow. I just got the heebie-jeebies, you guys. And remember, the Emperor is reversed. justice finds them, but is this justice from the powers that be or justice? This is unbelievable. It is saying beyond a reasonable doubt that physically, either if it doesn't take him, he's going to wish it took him. There's going to be some major issues, and he's not going to come out and say, oh, it was a nothing burger. Basically, that's what I wanted to see. And it makes sense because, like even Marianne from Revealing Light, we've been seeing this, this thing coming up, and it was really nasty. Tower and all that stuff. Let's see how Melania does. I'm not feeling her getting through it. And remember, Don Jr. had it, and he got through it. But Donald's older. Okay, tell me about Melania. Melania, how are you going to do? I just heard from my guides 2 people will end up succumbing to this virus. That's what I heard. I don't care if he's on a ventilator. They'll say, oh yeah, well, he's really hanging in there. Tell me about Melania. How's she going to do? I think she's getting sicker right now. God love her. So, in a way, she feels like a fool because she feels like they told people it's nothing and then it is something. And so she's feeling it. So it's like, and she's really worried about Barron. She's got the Sun and the 3 of Swords. So she's going to struggle with this, but she's going to make it. Yeah, she's going to make it. This is going to switch things to a way she couldn't even possibly imagine. This is going to switch things. I think her son's going to be okay. She's just really focused on her son and her parents. If her parents get it, it would be really tough on them. We can't wish bad on others, you guys, as much as we'd like to. Trump put on Twitter, that he had the COVID. Him and Melania, and I'm like, oh, cool. No, I didn't say that. I said, oh, well, don't worry. The only people that die from this are fat old people. Sorry, I had to do that. I know that was cruel. Okay, so let's look at Hope Hicks. Hope Hicks. Let's look at Hope Hicks. Let's look at Hope Hicks. Yeah, she was already feeling bad. She isolated herself on Air Force One, but yeah, everybody already was exposed. But Pence does not have it. And on that debate, did you see how beat red? Oh, sorry, you guys, I couldn't do the debate, my live people. As you know, I was evacuated. But did you see... what was I talking about? Hope Hicks. How beat red Trump's face was. He was especially red, not orange, red, and he was just sweating, and he didn't look good then. Hope Hicks, how are you going to do? Are you going to be okay? Somebody just said yes, she's going to be okay. She has a good doctor. She's shocked she got this. Interesting. It doesn't, yeah, she's going to filter through this. Her parents are involved. They'll throw big money for top doctors. Yeah, she's actually going to be okay. No, Hope Hicks is going to hang in there. Okay? Now, let's look at Biden. I'm just curious about Jill and Biden, are you going to be okay? I just heard yes. And then we'll look at that Amy gal, the one for Supreme Court. Because I'm sure now she's thinking, oh, heck. And she's got all them kids. She needs to go on a 2-week quarantine as well as Trump. Biden, are you going to be okay? Yes or no? I heard yes, so that's good. I just heard McConnell say, we can get her through. We can get her through without Donald Trump. Interesting. I wonder if it's put on hold. I'm not seeing her get physically ill, but it's like something ends for her. Remember, her cards were like, we couldn't figure it out because it seemed like it was a go. They're saying, we've got the votes, blah, blah, blah. But I think we're going to get news of a lot of people getting sick in the White House. And I think it's going to disrupt them being able, because, you know, they're going home now and they weren't going to help with any kind of stimulus package. They even got down to the $1,200 checks plus the $400 for unemployment. They've left for their vacation week or whatever. This really upsets people. This really upsets people. Amy is not she's physically ill. Amy has an ending. So will they actually have the hearing, or will they actually say, Amy, you take this seat? Because remember Kavanaugh, I saw. I'm going to tell you, they're going to find out Trump was never a real president. And I can see them removing Kavanaugh because he lied to Congress. And the Republicans were not letting them come after him, but they'll come after him. They'll impeach him out of the Supreme Court. Trust me on this. Biden will start writing those new rules. Is Amy actually going to get confirmed? She's already upset, so this whole thing is making her worry. If she did get the virus, she'd be okay. But this seems to be very, very taxing. She's praying a lot. She's going to be put on hold, you guys. Not able to move forward, okay? Feeling like a fool. Her strength is reversed. Justice is standing here. Things are happening that are upside down negative. Look at this. Look at this. Okay, so I'll tell you, and she's got the Seven of Swords, so it's a battle that causes a bad taste in her mouth. I mean, if she gets in under these circumstances, it would be. But I'm not seeing, oh yeah, she gets in, it's cool. I don't see that. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. That dream, I mean, I had that dream, but I really was hoping he went across while he's in office for sure. You don't want that. Okay. So I looked at Amy. Okay. What else do you want to tell us? What else do you want to tell us? I just felt like Biden says, I'm not sick. Just heard that. You know, that Trump made fun of him for wearing that mask. That's really sad. You know, you can't get away with, and we can't either. We have to be careful what we think, you guys. You start thinking negative all the time about, or wanting someone, like I used to, wanting someone to get, you know, go to what you call in a hell basket or a hand basket. It creates chaos within your soul energy. You can't do that. As much as, you know, you've got to drop that sword. There was a purpose for Orange Crush Head to be here. And, but, you know, somebody even said on Twitter, but God looks after us. And let me tell you, we had to shake up, and we shook up so bad, and then all of a sudden we'll find this peace again. Because even if he gets out of this and he's running, he's not going to make it. He's not going to win, for sure. So I wanted to also look at John Lennon's John Legend's wife. She lost a baby at 20 weeks, I believe. Very sad photos. It hurts so bad that they can't breathe. And I know that feeling when something terrible happens. And, you know, you're going along in your life. They have plenty of money. I think they enjoy the 2 children they have. And then this happens, like what? What I could get from what they were saying happened, she was bleeding. And I had that at 20 weeks, a marginal placenta abruption. So I don't know if she must have had the full placenta abruption. And I saw them doing, she showed a picture, but they were tapping in a spinal tap, so epidural. So she must have been in full labor because that's the only reason they would do that. So anyway, at 20 weeks, I started bleeding and I went in and they kept me in, I think, 8 days. And I just kept spilling blood. And they put the little thing on. I could hear his little heartbeat. This is my son, my Jeffy. And I prayed because they said basically, you know, you're going to lose this pregnancy. But they kept me in there and monitored me. And so I begged. And not that, you know, God only answers so many people. I don't know what happened because, you know, I've done this where I go into this space. All of a sudden, I'm like high as a kite, like I did when I got breast cancer. That's what I was feeling. I was feeling that omnipresent energy. And he stayed. And he actually was due March 5th. And he wasn't born until March 15th because they decided to go in and take him. He got up to 10 pounds, 1 ounce. He wasn't an active baby, ever. I used to worry because I would shake and poke and I never could feel him. Jacob was all over the place, but not Jeff. And 10 pounds, 1 ounce. They took him by cesarean section and I had asked for a tubal while you're in there. Because what you do is you refuse to let them pit you, Pitocin, to induce labor. I said, no, you're not going to induce. You either take him or what? And so they took him. And when I was laying on the bed, I kept yelling out to the doctor, did you cut them tubes yet? Because I was 42. Hello. Who knew? I got that Hispanic blood. You know what I'm saying? Hispanic women stay fertile longer. And the doctor finally said, Linda, we haven't got the baby out yet. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me, Your Honor. So anyway, so then I got that 10 pound, 1 ounce. And when he came out, he went, ugh. But I want to look at her. Chrissy, is that her name? She's very pretty. She gets in fights with Trump, I think. That's why I like her. John Lennon and Chrissy, are they going to be okay? They named him Jack. After my dog, Jack. No, I'm just kidding. They named him Jack. She'll mourn for some time, you guys. She's actually kind of a sweet energy. You know, she's a little bit always getting her way, but unbelievably sorrowful right now. And this is par for the course. This is something she has to go through. In our suffering, we see God. And of course, that little angel's not dead. You know what I'm saying? That spirit lives on. But will that spirit come back? Will she decide to have another child? She didn't have, she mustn't have had the accreta or the placenta accreta where it just, you know, explodes, because she would have had a hysterectomy right away. That bleeding can be bad, let me tell you. I worked with a lot of patients that had, okay, tell me what I could tell her. Yeah, she's going to have another child. She's going to have another child. Pretty much take that to the bank. Under a doctor's care. This was a freak incident. They'll really look out for her. I'm surprised that she would have another child. Because, you know, if the placenta starts coming off the uterus, maybe the uterus isn't in that good a shape. But she's got this male doctor working with her. They're paying all kinds of money. And she looks good. She's insisting on having another baby. She has those 2 beautiful ones, but I think having one more won't hurt them. Okay. So you guys, now don't forget Sunday is Sterling Sunday. I'm reading these next couple of days. My son's coming over for his birthday tomorrow. His birthday's actually on the 6th, but he's taking a little trip. But he wants barbecue chicken, and the thing is that I don't think in this kind of smog I'm going to be able to BBQ. So I'll have to cook the BBQ chicken, and I got to bake a cake because Baskin Robbins called me and told me that they can't get the trucks up there, so they can't fulfill my order. So I'll just make a little cake. It's just me, him, and his brother. And yeah, I think I dropped a couple of pounds on being off like this. I couldn't bring my refrigerator with me. And you can't eat at night, you know. Who's going to call someplace to bring food in the middle of the night? So anyway, and my dear friend Marianne, who's struggling with chemo, hi Marianne. She sent lunch. She should have never opened that door. Needless to say, probably $180 later. She said no, she was happy to do it. The cheese factory is down where we were. We were in Mill Valley, and so she sent lunch. And it was so funny because we ended up being able to come home that night. And I wrote her and said, well, we might get evacuated soon, so can we still order lunch? Anyway, I'm just teasing her, of course. And then I want to tell you about Jim, my cousin Susan, her husband Jim. Apparently, he had some electrical problem with his heart. He didn't actually have a heart attack, but no, you know he coded. And he was gone for an hour. So he was touch and go. They, decreased his body temperature. Y'all prayed for him. And holy cow. He's up. He's taken a shower this morning. He's at home. The thing is, they're going to want him to go easy, and knowing him, he can't because he's a tax person. He's my tax person. He's fantastic. So, but thank you for those prayers for Jim because he's alive and well. They put a pacemaker, I think, in. But they did all kinds of scans, and it wasn't that he had a heart attack. It was something to do with the electrical system. So God bless Jim. He's standing up. He's upright, ornery as hell, and there you go. That means he's doing good. So I came on today, you guys, because I had to. Because hundreds of... Wait, Linda, I hope you're doing better. When are you going to do another video? So funny. Oh, Linda, I do hope that you're home and the doggies are safe. But listen, now listen, you guys, I want to tell you, when you're telling me information that I get the news as soon as it comes out. So, but I'll get 200, like I'm still trying to catch up with my past emails, and I'll get all these emails and texts, but I tend to know, but everybody's, wants me to know. Linda, you guys rock, So, okay, so we are good, and I love you all. Thank you so much. Thank you for the prayers on the fire. There was chunks of ash out here, big old black chunks, all over the place. So this was those poor guys. I would see Caltrans fire trucks with those hoses, just black. Just God bless. Please pray for those poor firemen. A house you can replace. Those lives you can't. So, namaste. Love you all. Ciao.